Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, aka the Admiral Robbie J, and I am teamed up with my co-host for each and every single Thursday night here on Thursday Night Football here with the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Bogard Scott-Free, the GMM Network. What is good, bro?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Happy to be here. As always, happy to be alive. Thursday night football, give me money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thursday Night Football, give me money.
Give me money.
Really quick, we do want to start tonight letting you guys know that up to $50 we are matching you guys on monkeyknifefight.com. So really quick, you're probably like, what the fuck does that even mean, dude? Like I don't care about that. Monkeyknifefight.com. If you're into, I don't know, DraftKings, FanDuel, any of that other DFS type of stuff, get in all your daily fantasy sports action over on monkeyknifefight.com with the promo code Rumboyz in all caps. If you haven't already, get with it. We're matching deposits all the way up to $50. Holla, holla, holla. We're going to holla at you with the matchup with that $50. And that way you got a hundo to play with on tonight's action. It's Browns. Or I'm sorry, it's Bengals. It's Browns. It's going down. Here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, we're going to be calling all of that action for you guys. If you're into sports books and online casinos, get at sportsbetmvp.ag. Promo code RUMMVP is where you can find me and the gang winning all of our sports book and online casino games. So big shout out to Sportsbet MVP. Your first bet of $25, holla, 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 is risk-free. Yep, risk-free on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network, and we're matching 125% all the way up to a thou wow. So
that's a thou wow. Woo!
For your big players out there. Let's get into tonight's game. 1,174 reception yards in 2019. Career high for Jarvis Landry, rocking the purple hair tonight, Bogard. Who are some key fantasy players that folks need to watch out for tonight, and probably maybe could be a must start in tonight's action?
Well, okay, so we'll start with the Bengals first.
Yo, big shout out Madden Gaming.
Yeah, big up. I'm always gonna roll out Joe Mixon because of the volume you assume he can get. I know he fumbled last week. It was the Chargers. They're a tough defense, but and there's still some growing pains with the new QB. Tyler Boyd's one of those guys, man. I mean, he's the one I'm most concerned about in the receiving options because outside of AJ Green, kind of not looking at anybody. You know what I mean? Tyler Boyd, if you're in a deeper league, like I'm actually rolling out Tyler Boyd in my 14-team super flex. I also just acquired AJ Green in my keeper league. I got him for a nice little price. So I'm gonna roll him out because when I seen just knowing what AJ Green was when he was healthy, and he's healthy right now. Crossing my fingers. You know what I'm saying? Because the wind could blow strong enough and that motherfucker gets hurt. But I'm comfortable rolling out AJ Green. You know what I mean? OBJ, I'm comfortable rolling him out as much as I don't really like him. Jarvis Landry, he was questionable, but they said he's gonna play. So, right? I mean, we should have the official reports now, right? Like the actives. Yeah, so he's out there, purple hair and all. You know what I mean? Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. A lot of people have questions about them. They played the Ravens. This is definitely a bounce back spot. Baker Mayfield now. I want to ask you this. Do you think he's startable? Like at all?
I feel like that if there's any week that
it was just the Ravens.
If there's any week that you're gonna start Baker Mayfield, it's absolutely positively gonna be right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that you can start him with confidence. Just because it is Cincinnati. Whenever we look at the interior insides of this, so if I take fantasy out of the game, but then after I look at it from a reality standpoint and reapply those physics into a fantasy standpoint, we're looking at it and those mathematics at that as well. We're looking at a 62.4% chance of the Browns winning. with
I
the
like.
with a 6 point cover. So 62.4 in the Browns winning with the 37.3% chance for the
For the
Bengals winning.
Bengals.
But
Yeah.
we're also looking at a 6 point spread, which tells me that this could end somewhere around the range of 3, which could tell me that this could be
The
somewhat of a
Bengals could
shootout.
cover this. The Bengals
Yeah,
could cover this
yeah,
too.
the Bengals are going to cover. I think the
Yeah.
Bengals can absolutely cover. If
Yeah.
you, I would think that if you didn't take the Bengals to cover, I think that you'd be betting stupidly. And here's
And
why.
okay, go ahead.
Here's why I'm gonna solidify that. And I'm also solidify what you said at the beginning, Bogart, is because neither of these teams have a secondary.
Yeah.
Okay, so these teams are going to shoot it the fuck out. This is the Battle of Ohio. Baker Mayfield, I'm sure is feeling that pressure from local media,
Yeah.
um, from one Joe Burrow coming into town and taking the crown, and he thought that Ohio was going to be just his.
And he's a hometown kid too. He's from Ohio. You know what I mean?
I did not even know that about Baker Mayfield.
No, not Baker Mayfield. I'm talking
Or
about.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
Burrow. So, yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
crowd is already going to be the allowance of what crowd may be allowed in this game
Yeah.
is going to be cheering for Joe Burrow. Everyone at home on their couches, especially at home in Ohio, the sport where football was invented is probably going to be pulling for Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in this case. But I'm willing to take the Browns by 3. I'm willing to start OBJ. I'm willing to start Jarvis Landry. I'm willing to start Hooper. I guarantee you don't have all these guys on one roster, but I'm willing to
And
start.
there is no Njoku, right?
Yeah, there's no Njoku. I wanted to start my Browns in this matchup. I think that this could be a 20 for 20, a 30 for 30 type of game. I think that this could be a back and forth type of situation where there's no defense really involved. I
Here's
mean,
the one thing. Here's the one thing. Like with the Bengals missing Geno Atkins and they're missing a couple pieces up front. They're this Kevin Stefanski led offense, right? This Kevin Stefanski system, we didn't really get to see it in full effect last week because they were playing the Ravens, and it was such a negative game script. With that, what you saying? It's a 63% chance of winning, right? You said for the Browns,
right?
That means we're gonna see a heavy dose of the run. You know what I mean? So I have Nick Chubb in my top 15 this week. I had him outside of my top 15 last week. You know what I mean? And I was still too high on him where I had him. You know what I mean? I should have put him lower. But this is definitely one of those games where they're gonna try to. That's the game script they want to write. They want to. Yeah, but a shootout to me is more likely because we just seen what. Well, I mean, obviously it's Lamar Jackson, but wouldn't you say, as a passer, as a passer,
I don't want to grade
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's a better passer than Baker Mayfield, I'd say.
I think that Joe Burrow pass would probably give Baker Mayfield the business. Like, all right, so Bogart, let me put it to you like this: if you were to ask me, Robbie, go back to when you saw all the quarterbacks at the tire throw competition for the rookie premiere, and if during that time Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow were both rookies, right? And you were to ask me who would have done better, I'm probably going to pick Joe Burrow 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I remember, how did Baker do his rookie year?
I don't know that specific event, but I know that Baker's rookie year,
he was one of the more accurate QBs that year.
Baker's rookie year, he was phenomenal.
Yeah,
and that's where the Baker hype comes from.
He was dumbass accurate too. Like, it was kind of crazy seeing him last year where I was like, yo, who is this guy? Like, he didn't look like the kid from, you know what I mean, from his rookie year. You know what I mean?
No, and he's not going to give you that those looks. He's not going to give you that flash right now. Right now I don't think so. But if there is a game that he is going to be able to do so, it's got to be this game right here.
So you think, hey, if the more they enforce that run, they're going to rip off some kind of big play action to OBJ. I see it coming. And if they don't connect, they're going to still try, because for anybody who's frustrated with OBJ, rightfully so, because it's really Baker's inaccuracies, because OBJ is still getting separation. As much as I can't stand the guy, you know what I mean? He's still getting, like, bro. And last week the Ravens coverage was phenomenal, but still, You know what I mean? Like if there was some tight windows, if Baker could have fitted in them tight windows, but I don't know. He was doing shit like that his rookie year with like what? Uh, who's some guys he had that year? He had Landry that year, right? Yeah, he had Landry.
Yep.
He had Njoku. He had I don't know. I'm just saying. My point is having someone like OBJ right now. You know what I mean? Like in this matchup, yeah, Baker could be good for at least one big one. Like, come on, right?
Let me just put some things into perspective for ladies and gentlemen, for everyone out there. And why you should probably roll your Browns out this game for the Battle of Ohio.
Yeah.
There has been twice, not once, but twice in the history of the Cincinnati Bengals history.
The Bengals.
That two daring men, much courageous in factor of myself and Bogard, that were willing to put themselves on the top of fucking buildings. The first man that did this, put himself on the top of a billboard. His name, by the name of Wildman Walker, a former Cincinnati Bengals reporter, had bet against a Denver Post reporter, and said Denver Post reporter put Wildman Walker in the dirt back in '91, and Wildman Walker had to stay up living on a billboard for 61 days.
I remember this.
The most recent man to do so last year, when Andy Dalton was still the Bengals quarterback, did this for 57 days. I'm not picturing. I'm a big proponent of history repeats itself. The Bengals aren't getting a win this year until the first time they face the goddamn Jets.
Hey, they got the Jets on the schedule this year too, though.
Yep. And I am telling you, the Bengals will not win a game until they have to face the goddamn Jets. I am willing to. I think earlier I said some crazy nonsense. I'm sure I did. I think I said like Browns by like 10 or some shit.
Now you said Browns by 6, but
Browns by 6.
Yeah, but then actually that was the spread.
Yeah, that was the spread.
And like
I'm gonna take I'll take Browns by 3. I'm not gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go Browns by 3.
I'm still gonna stick with mine. I'm gonna take the Bengals to cover by 6. Do they got the Bengals to cover? Did the kicker really get hurt, or was it all the way acting?
I don't think it matters who's the Bengals kicker.
Remember the Bengals kicker last week to tie the game. He kicked the ball, he missed, and then he started grabbing his leg like he's probably embarrassed that he missed the fucking the game tying kick. You know what I mean? And he pretended his leg was hurt. But I'm just asking because
Jeff Hammer 73. We're gonna be calling play-by-play on the YouTube, but this game is on NFL Network to my knowledge. Yeah, I'm gonna be calling it for you guys. I'm gonna be taking care of you guys because I'm a man of serving you guys. I want to make sure I'm taking care of you guys.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I will say, Rumboyz
Baker Mayfield has no career. Hold on, let me make sure. 10 career pass CDs versus the Bengals. 10 career pass CDs versus the Bengals. Most versus any opponent that Baker Mayfield has ever faced.
It's a pretty good stat. Let's hope that.
No, that just means he can slice. What that stat means? That means he can slice open an open defense. So OBJ looking good here in warmups. OBJ looking fired up. Like he looks like he might fight a kicking net tonight.
What color is OBJ's hair now? Since we know Landry got the purple.
OBJ's hair is Chris Brown Virginia blonde.
Okay.
Chris Brown Virginia blonde is what I call that color.
Yeah. He got the sea breezy.
Yeah, he got the sea breezy going. Run it.
You went throwback sea breezy.
It's your man on the floor. Hit the touchdowns. One hand, you already know. OBJ gonna run it, and Jarvis Landry got the purple hair.
I legit in my keeper league, right? It's a I only got to start 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and I got 2 flex.
Yeah.
1 quarterback. I'm legit trying to decide Minshew or Joe Burrow. I'm throwing out AJ Green, and because I don't have Michael Thomas. I have Michael Thomas in this.
You go Minshew, dude.
I know. I've so far Minshew's in there, but like I don't know. Maybe
are we
because
starting any Bengals tonight? Like, are we starting any Bengals other than
Joe
Mixon?
Mixon, and I'm
okay.
throwing AJ Green out there. I'm gonna let you do that.
Like this is a weak ass secondary. Like I feel like you could roll Bengals tonight. Like,
listen, the Ravens are phenomenal, but still though, they the one thing I'll show what they did to the Browns is just show, hey, everybody, this is their weakness right here.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Let's not. All right, for once, we're gonna do this for once in history on this show.
Not look at the last week's matchup and be like, this is what's gonna happen.
No, because that would be very smart of us. For once, we're not gonna shit on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals. The Bengals.
I think
we're gonna call them the Bengals right now. We're gonna call them the Bengals for this.
Yeah, we're not gonna call them the Bengals for this second. And I will say, if AJ Green didn't get that OPI, which is arguable, right? That was a game-winning touchdown. He let him down against the Chargers defense, with the game on the line, he showed extreme poise, marched him down the field, milked the clock all the way down, got him within field goal range, and had enough time. Had enough plays to go and take a shot for the win. He gets the OPI. They get pushed back. Then the dude misses the field goal.
Wait.
This happened.
Keep going. Yeah. Hurry and wrap that up. I gotta get to. I want to get to this one in the chat. No.
I'm done,
bro. Let's really talk about. Let's remove the fact that we are analysts and that this is a job for us. Let's remove the fact that we are in the office right now.
Yeah. I love being in the office.
For what Bills Mafia Rob is saying, like I really pain this and I feel this. I literally don't know who the fuck to root for. Do I want Baker Mayfield to redeem himself? Or Burrow to get his first NFL win? Now, if you are an NFL reporter, if you are a podcaster listening to tonight's show, this is a very good topic for you to probably talk about on your show.
I think Joe Burrow, just as a person, I like him better. Like, he's invited to the cookout.
No, both of them are invited to the cookout, bro. Like that's the thing. Like,
yeah, Baker will probably come through with a keg too, huh? Baker
would come through with a keg, bro.
Yeah, like Baker. I might kick it with both these dudes, to be honest. And Baker's kind of an asshole. He's kind of an asshole, but I like him for that. You know what I mean? I like that he's like kind of fuck everybody. Everybody wants to talk about me.
Joe's like podcasters should want Mayfield to lose. Give us more to talk about. I mean, I guess that's good publicity.
That's true. Very good point.
But I feel like, and Joe Burrow's win is good publicity, but I feel like Baker Mayfield's starting to look like Baker Mayfield again. It's just as good publicity for us. Like, that is literally just as good publicity for us. So, like, me personally, I want Baker to get back on track.
There's just a lot of expectations when it comes to Cleveland. Like there is no more post hype. They're still being hyped up. Remember last year they were being talked about as being Super Bowl contenders last year. Then
people are still looking at them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still crazy to me. But here's a team with a new QB, the Bengals. They got everything to prove because ain't nobody. Everyone's just kind of doubting them like 100%. Oh, they ain't shit. That's what
really
you know
quick.
what I mean. What's that?
Sorry. Extreme Canes he says, "Hey Robbie, you've inspired me to start doing some of my own predictions, some of my own projections. I'm sorry. I'd like to hear what you think of some of mine I've created this week. And I'm assuming that based off the numbers that you presented, Extreme Cane, these are going to be standard. Mahomes, 20.6. Burrow, 15.8. I like the neighborhood that Burrow is sitting in because I'm not expecting him to explode. And if he does, then that just now makes it like Now we can talk about. That means that now later on we can be talking about a buy low, sell high type of Burrow situation next week, right? And our waiver wire
that would
situation.
mean we're putting Burrow at like maybe one passing touchdown and like 200 yards.
Yeah,
because that would be
Josh Allen and then he puts Josh Allen at 27. I want to put Mahomes more in the neighborhood of Josh Allen if this is standard, or even if this is PPR. Either way this goes, I put.
Well, here's the thing though. I'm not mad at his Mahomes his Mahomes projection, because in Mahomes' career against the Chargers, they've held him around the neighborhood of 200 yards passing. So
but there's going to be no Derwin James.
Yeah, that is fucking a good point, Robbie. You're fucking right. But see, last year they didn't have Derwin James for both the games they played.
You are right. No, they had no Derwin James for the majority of the season.
Yeah. So, but I'm talking about more specifically the two games they played the Chiefs. So, and they still kept them in. He averages 200 yards passing against the Chargers. So that's not a bad projection. That's actually if 20 points is a Mahomes floor, you love that forever. You know what I mean? What quarterbacks? There's not too many quarterbacks that you could say that have a 20-point floor. You know what I mean?
I would, but for the sake of, if you're gonna say,
like floor, like his ceiling is like 35. You know what I mean? On average.
Let's raise that. Let's raise that to about 24, 24.6. Whether it's standard PPR, even given this fact that it's against the Chargers. I think that you would probably hit more accurate, and you can attract more fans to look at you that way, because you're probably going to hit closer in the accuracy of what Mahomes may actually do. You're perfectly fine on Josh Allen. Josh Allen, you're fine at, and I think that you're fine on Burrow.
You know what's crazy? The one thing with Josh Allen is I would put him at a projection of like 30, but he's probably gonna get at least one or two turnovers. You know what I mean? So it's like the 27 is actually like that's a good projection. You know what I mean? And like, because Josh Allen, he barely passed over 300 yards for the first time in his career, and it was against the goddamn Jets. You know what I mean? So
I also want to go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was done.
I just want to shout out the little homie for even wanting to take that leap into not just projections. Yeah, not just projections, but you want to take the leap into fantasy projections. That means that you're really taking a look at anyone that wants to tell you. Yeah,
you're not even game script. No, because the game script. The game script will. It's like the tell of the take. Like okay, this is the path to getting this amount of points.
But I'm gonna look at it even simpler for you. In order for you to read a game script, anyone that's ever told you or ever asked, well, what am I ever gonna need math for? Guess what we do in sports every day, baby.
Yeah.
Fucking math.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's been a long time, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I was a street pharmacist and math was key. You know what I'm saying? So transitioning into this fantasy analyst shit, was real easy because, it is math and projections, formulas, like, you know what I mean? Like we're talking probabilities, you know what I mean? Like, even the way you talked about the spread on this game earlier, you're like the 64% chance that the Browns win this game, or 63, and it means a 37% chance of the goddamn Bungles. Like, when you start breaking these things down, or even looking at a Vegas point total, like Vegas, they got legit like Columbia mathematicians, you know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers that went to like these dope schools that are writing these numbers. So when you look at their Vegas, the point totals, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can help you with your projections on these players. Like, okay, like what do they got for this? What's the under over for this game?
The under over, I believe. Hang on, give me 1 second.
No problem. I know you always got that tab right there.
We do have a 0.3%. If this were to tie, so any of you guys that want to hit on that, over under at 44.5.
Okay.
So that's one of those things.
I kind of take the under because my game
I want to go 37. I want to maybe like you could probably measure this at 37, right? Like be like I think that you could hit close. Like 40 is your tops. 42 if a safety happens by Myles Garrett.
I mean, here's the thing. Like that's why And the reason is because they're thinking the way we're thinking. Like this might be a run heavy approach from the Browns, and when you run, you're controlling time of possession. You know what I'm saying? These are two so far after week one. These two teams they're at the bottom of the league as far as game pace. You know what I mean? They're running a slow game pace. It's kind of tough to say that about the Bengals because they've only had, you know what I mean? Obviously they're playing the Chargers where they were like just getting off the field. You know what I mean? Like 3 and outs. You know, they weren't really. It wasn't until like they started that last fourth quarter they were able to, have an extended drive. You know what I mean? And then it also is unfair to say that about the Browns because they were just getting off the field like whoa too because they're playing the Ravens. So it's like this game theoretically, if they can,
these two teams match up better than what people want to admit.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Mixon, if they can get Joe Mixon going, you know what I mean, and you put Baker in a position where they're gonna have to be playing from behind, we'll see more Kareem Hunt, and he's great in the passing game. So then we might see more faster gameplay. But I'm still on the side of things that they're probably gonna be able to get Nick Chubb going because Nick Chubb. People are just forgetting about him, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Nick Chubb is a beast as a runner, like a pure runner. But then also, too, one thing that, like, Jedrick Wills, their rookie, their first round draft pick, I think he's banged up. You know what I mean? Obviously, they have Jack Conklin.
Baker Haskins, go Baker tonight.
Yeah, Arizona looked spry. But then I also won't
Buda
say.
Baker's a fucking beast.
I also will say, though, don't.
Go, Bogard, go.
I'm a Niner
fan. Run that take. Run that take.
I'm a Niner fan, bro, and we looked bad. So I'm not really saying that. It's now you have to remember how that game went. Do you believe personally that Arizona's defense looks so phenomenal, or was the Niners' offense just really off?
Because Buda Baker himself is that phenomenal. I'm not.
Yeah, Buda Baker, Chandler Jones, even their rookie Isaiah Simmons. Like then he still got Patrick Peterson. Yeah,
fuck Patrick Peterson, but no, because Patrick Peterson is the only weak link in that secondary. I'm not fucking with that.
I would try to exploit this.
I'm not doing that.
Starting Baker tonight, the one thing you have to just hope is that like he's throwing passing touchdowns. Like they're not just punching.
If Dwayne Haskins goes back-to-back wins in week 1 and week 2, we'll be reversing a lot of fucking Dwayne Haskins takes on this episode. Believe you me. Like, we will be ready to do what we have to do because clearly that means that consistency, his offseason program is paying off. Right now, we can't say that his offseason program is paying off. As much as we do know what we know from week 1, there are some things.
That was a complete team win.
That was a complete team win. As much as we know things that we know from week 1, there are still some things that we don't know. But that is also not a reason why you should not have faith in us because we feel like we do know a good enough to start building around. Yeah, and we're going to start building around together as a family.
These Bengals, their defense, yes, it's bad, but Tyrod Taylor didn't look good either. Right. So it's like it's kind of hard to judge it. But I'm still saying with all the pieces they're missing, you know what I mean, and like the Browns should be able to get this run game going. And that you would want that if you're starting Baker, so he could rip off some play action. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're definitely wanting to work have Baker out the play action. What I want to do, if I'm the offensive coordinator for Cleveland, I want to mix in some of that pistol offense, which is kind of like a little bit of a play action, but it's a mix of that shotgun. It has a lot of different flavors to it. The pistol offense has a lot of different flavors to it because the quarterback has the option to take off or whether be able to throw on the run. The pistol offense is very intricate. And I think that would be something that Cleveland would benefit from a lot more and a lot heavier. If they work that into their system, then that might work out a lot better. But Cleveland right now, they're more so focused on let's make a guy. I think they're trying to find an identity, and versus having a playbook be their identity. You know.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I hate to compare it to my own team.
Yeah.
But the last time that people really remembered us as like really being great is when we had our rookie RG3 before he got injured.
And
And
guess
that
who was
pistol
there?
offense,
It was Shanahan.
yeah, and it was
It was the
Shanahan.
Shanahans. Yeah.
And that pistol offense provided us an identity to where it didn't matter RG's. The offense just so happened to fit his talents, but it didn't matter. Even when Cousins came in, it still in a way fit Cousins' talents, and it gave us an identity. The only problem was that it allowed defenses to plan against it. Right now, this is a team that needs an identity, and if they have an identity, then I think that for Cleveland, they can do a lot more different things offensively versus just saying that we have all this talent. We're going to run these plays.
They have a shitload of talent. It's insane.
But there's no offensive identity.
And that's why they're taking a chance on Kevin Stefanski, who actually, if you remember in the offseason, they wanted to go defensive minded first. They wanted to bring in Robert Saleh from my Niners. He denied the job. They offered it to Stefanski. He jumped on that thing real fast. You know what I'm saying?
Because of the talent.
Yeah, the pieces that are.
But Stefanski now has too much talent that he does not know what to do with.
But still, though, Stefanski coming over from the Vikings, their identity was zone run. Because Stefanski.
But you had talent to do that.
Yeah, but see, and Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and then instead of Adam Thielen, you got Jarvis Landry. Instead of Stephon Diggs, you got OBJ.
Nick Chubb is a great zone runner. And as well as Hunt. The problem is with this playbook, at least what I saw in week 1 is even once you open up the pass, even once you try and soften things up with the run, teams are already keyed in on what maybe it's the fact that Stefanski has been doing this for so long that people already know what he's going to do. And I think that may play into it. And that could be a downside of what Baker's dealing with. But I mean, honestly, bro, I feel like defenses are keyed in on this type of scheme. If I'm Cleveland, what I'm going to do is, and the way that I'm trying to soften them up with the run is, let's just go draw heavy, and let's just identify and let's key in on one back and one back on. Let's take fantasy out of this. Let's just talk football. I want to key in on my bruiser, which I personally feel for Cleveland is Nick Chubb.
Of course.
I want to hit between the fucking tackles, and I'm going to hit the same gap multiple times, even if I fucking go 3 now. Yeah. I'll open up the game, and I'll go 3 now. I want you to fucking fill it. And I think that Cleveland needs to do that because now then you can soften up the run. Cleveland needs to do that for a couple of plays. I think that Cleveland, you have the talent on the ground. Stop focusing on, and I think that's probably why you're looking at right now Cleveland to trade OBJ. Is to maybe distract yourselves from the fact that we need to constantly go to the air, go to the air, go to the air, go to the air, go to the air. Or when we do have to go to the air, that's going to be our first read. And pound the fucking rock, pound the rock.
That should work because OBJ, you need to double him. You need to bracket coverage him. So it's like there shouldn't be stacked boxes all the time. You know what I mean? Like they should be able to establish the run against the Bengals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Brian Douglas is right here on this breakout. Might need to trade Kareem for O-line. And I'm assuming he's talking about real football right here.
Yeah.
The Browns might need to move Kareem for some O-line help, which I felt that they should have always done.
Here's the thing. They just paid him 2 years.
Yes.
And I think it's $8 million guaranteed.
So you can't move that contract now.
Because before that they had the second round tender on him. So no one wanted to trade because you'd have to give up a second round.
But he is right. But Brian Douglas, aside from the contract, he is correct in the sense that your defense is now playing from the back. And now with a wounded especially a wounded, I'm going to do a double entendre. I'm going to play on words. With a wounded backfield, you have now created more problems for yourselves tonight than what you realize. Listen, I'm going to break down the Bengals side of things.
They addressed the line, though, real fast. They addressed the line by bringing in Jack Conklin and
Jonah Williams. I'm sorry. Or Jonah Williams on the other side of the ball. My fault. I apologize. Yeah. Look, this Bengals have a new quarterback. We have not seen if AJ, we're still talking about if AJ Green is healthy or not, then roll him out. If AJ Green if AJ Green, we're still putting the words if and AJ Green in the same fucking sentence as fantasy analysts. So now let's bring this into reality. If if AJ Green is healthy. We already know Tyler Boyd is already full to go. To my knowledge, A1 T. Higgins is supposed to be fucking ready to go tonight.
Oh, he's supposed to be ready for this game?
That is to my latest knowledge. I will look that up. I will give you a second to speak so I can look that up.
Yeah, coming out of LSU, they played a lot of 4 wide, even 5 wide at times. Like, and Zach Taylor, he comes from the Sean McVay coaching family tree. So it's like, I'm like, they should be able to get creative. But I'm saying, no, if it's going to be dangerous for the Browns. If the Bengals can get Joe Mixon going, if the Bengals can get Joe Mixon going, bro.
The Browns still don't have a Greedy Williams.
Yeah, Greedy's out.
So let's already start counting that. When you're number 1 corner. So they still gonna when your corner is a number 1 corner that you drafted. So he wasn't in last year. And now he's still absent this year.
What's the other boy? Denzel Ward? They got Denzel
Ward.
Yeah.
The homie that smokes.
Those are both former. Yeah. Yeah, they're both former first round draft picks. I'm telling you, the worst thing that the Browns did was not keep on board Greg Williams. Greg Williams is a phenomenal defensive coordinator, and the Browns were one of the hardest teams to run on back in 2018. They get rid of Greg Williams last year. All of a sudden, this shit starts falling apart for that defense. Yo. They got a lot of good personnel on both sides of the ball. I can't even tell you the name of the D coordinator for the Browns right now because he's a no name. You know what I mean? And Stefanski, he is still a rookie head coach. It's a lot of growing pains. They really need to dumb it down. And this is the game. If you want to talk about we didn't have no preseason, this is the perfect game to try out a bunch of stuff and start trying to hone, like you said, hone in on the identity they're trying to establish. Because this is a defense in the Bengals that you should be able to do this shit to. You know what I mean? It's it's better than practice.
I'm going to point something out to people. This Browns secondary tonight is Swiss cheese. I'm not saying I'm definitely.
I hope you're right because
hold on. This Browns secondary is Swiss cheese. T. Higgins played 15 snaps last week. Okay.
So look out. Yeah, they're easing him in.
Look out because AJ Green and Tyler Boyd are healthy, which means that for what the little fucking bit, and I mean when I say little bit, I'm honestly gonna mean just a little bit. Like I'm literally gonna mean a little bit, a little bit,
just a tad,
just a little wee bit.
Just a little wee bit
of what that Cleveland Browns defense is gonna be able to do. I have a feeling that this Bengals defense, it'll be Browns by 3. If anything, it'll be Browns. I know I said earlier in the week, I call this a different score. Now that I look at it, and now we're getting down to the wire, I'm telling you to lock in now. Browns by 3. Bengals to cover. The Bengals are about to fucking push out big dick energy, though. And this is not going to be easy for the Browns. If you think that the Browns are about to slaughter right now, I really don't think that the Browns are about to slaughter.
I think what's dope is that both these teams are coming off of an ugly losses, and
what I think is awesome is that both these teams have sucky defenses.
Yeah, it's true, but I still think the Browns run defense isn't as bad as people think, just because they're the Browns. Think about this. They got great personnel up front. Look at what did J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram do combined? They were held under 70 yards combined on the ground. That's not bad. But it's also maybe because they knew how you exploit them is through their secondary. So
I feel like Connor's trolling me in the chat right now because I said at the beginning of the week Browns by 13. And now I'm saying Browns. I love it
because Connor pays attention to everything. Shout out to Connor.
I know. That's why I'm saying
this. He was trolling me the other day. He's like, "Listen, I'm about to shit on Gardner Minshew." Hey, Connor. I'm trying to decide between Minshew or Joe Burrow in one of my leagues. You know what I mean?
Minshew. Against
I
you,
know. I'm probably gonna go against you. I love him too much.
bro. Watch us be both wrong. Like I'm
I
telling you,
know.
like there is no
But you know what though?
secondary. There's no secondary in Cleveland.
Yeah. And there's none. And there's none in Cincinnati too. So it's like I want Joe Burrow playing from behind. Like I need that game script. I need the game script I wrote. And mind you, sometimes when I write a game script, it's to fit my whatever narrative I want.
Yeah.
So here's the game script. A lot of heavy dose of Nick Chubb, play action than a motherfucker, hitting off OBJ or Jarvis Landry or even Austin Hooper. It don't matter. There's points being scored on the Brown side. Boom. Now in playing from behind, I need Joe Burrow slinging that rock. You know what I mean? Joe Mixon can also catch the ball. You know what I mean? They people sleep on him. I called him when he first came out of college and he got to the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? And he had a bad rookie year. Then going into his sophomore year, I was all about Joe Mixon everywhere because I was telling people, I'm like, look, he's Le'Veon Bell light. He grew up. This is his idol. This is the guy he mimics his game after. He could run, not necessarily the full route tree, but he could run a gang of them. You know what I mean? Like, and now you have someone like Zach Taylor, who was with the 2018 Todd Gurley. He was the OC under Sean McVay. Where Todd Gurley was being used in every facet of the game. That, you know, I'm just saying, like, there is, speaking strictly fantasy, you know, Joe Burrow, he has a cast he has a strong supporting cast in fantasy.
Let's take this question really quick because this question is going to keep getting typed if we don't answer it. Okay. I don't know who to start. Wide receiver John Brown, wide receiver Ridley. Flex Miller, Green, AP, Judy, Westbrook. Can you help me? Wait, what? All right, so you're gonna go with John Brown, Ridley, and as your receivers.
I would see. Here's the thing with John Brown. You just have to think: is that game? How competitive is that game going to be against the Miami and Buffalo?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I'm saying you got to write the game script first. I mean, but you know what though? Because John Brown's going to be guarded by Byron Jones. Not really that afraid of him.
No one's afraid of Byron Jones.
I mean, but as a secondary corner, that's phenomenal. Opposite of Xavier Howard. But you personally, you don't like those two guys either. You know what I mean? And I know he has the residue. He has the stank of a cowboy on Byron Jones. So you're like, I don't like that guy.
Let's just go Anthony Miller, bro. Let's just go Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller's playing the Giants. And Juju out of the slot just burned up the Giants. And Anthony Miller is a slot guy. I would go Miller. And Calvin Ridley because okay, how about this?
Well, Calvin Ridley is already starting receiver, so he's talking about his flex.
Yeah. Oh, his flex.
So we're talking about Miller, Green, AP, Judy. It's really only Miller or AP is the question.
I ain't gonna lie. I might take a shot on AJ Green on this one, but I don't want to advise that. I'd rather take a.
I'm not. I'm never gonna.
Is this PPR?
It doesn't matter what it is.
I'm taking a safer floor.
What it is. I'm not
taking a safer floor.
I'm not telling no one to
Green's
start
a baller,
Green.
dog. AJ Green's a baller. We just haven't seen it yet. He would have scored a winning touchdown and then the fucking bullshit OPI call. We would have having a totally different conversation right now about this entire game. You gotta admit that.
No, I'm not. No.
I knew you wouldn't.
That's not the way it played out. So I'm not.
Yeah. That's
like
true.
I called the play even when that happened. I'm not.
When you called that play, what was your reaction though? You're like, that's bullshit.
No, it was just AJ Green type shit, dude.
The chicken wing push off. You're a receiver. What do they call? What that's called the chicken wing, right?
Look, it depends on what the fuck the ref says. So as a receiver,
what did you see? You're
the
calling
receiver.
The games.
If you're gonna ask me as a wide receiver, bro, if
Yeah,
like
if I asked you as a wide
inside of the
receiver,
game,
you'd say, yeah.
It's gonna say whatever the ref says. Now, if it's against me, fuck the ref. Like fuck the ref. But if it's, I've played in a lot of different leagues, so I mean, that's not fair for you to ask. Like, I'm not going to officiate PIs on this episode. Fuck that.
I retract it.
As someone that has played football,
you know I like putting you on the spot though because you're good on the spot. As
someone that will put on pads against any and every single one of you in the chat that's asking questions, as someone that'll put on pads against you, it's gonna be whatever the ref calls. I'm gonna play my fucking game. Miller, Brown, ADP. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude.
Listen. After week 1, you throw ADP out the window. If they're producing, then start them. John Brown was like a double-digit round acquisition. He balls out. He did this last year, and now he's not even the number one. He doesn't even draw number 1 coverage. Last year he was drawing number 1 coverage, and now you have Diggs there to take attention away. They're only, I love John Brown and I love Calvin Ridley. Shout out to Calvin Ridley.
Are they running? Why not? They're running
Calvin. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, here's the thing. Maybe stay away from AJ Green for sure. I put in Anthony Miller. It's look at the matchups. Like, come on, the Giants don't have any secondary as much as the Bengals do.
At flex, who would you start? OBJ, Kareem, Singletary, Swift, Hilton, Sutton, PPR. Damn, you got a lot of options.
First of all, too, anyone you start tonight, you can't put them in the flex just in case anything happens to any of your players.
Yeah, you
so
don't
if they're
want
a receiver, you put them in receiver. If they're a running back, you put them in running back. You know what I mean? That's a tough one, dude. I'm throwing OBJ in here.
Yeah, I want to throw OBJ
because Courtland Sutton is playing against the Steelers. Because Courtland Sutton's the other guy talent-wise I'll look at. Yeah. Kareem Hunt, you need a negative game script to feel comfortable about Kareem Hunt.
I want to go OBJ in that scenario.
I think it's not going to be a negative game script for the Browns. I
think the Browns are about to snap.
I would go OBJ, but then you just gotta, for everything we said that for this past duration of the show, we're looking for the Browns to establish a run and rip off that play action. Like OBJ,
Browns for real. Browns for real for all of your receivers. All right, I'm gonna make this a general fucking football take. If you do not rip apart this defense, this actually goes for both teams.
Yeah,
especially because the injuries that the Browns have, especially because the injuries that the Browns have. If either teams do not pick the fuck each other apart tonight, I am going to be highly disappointed as just a football fan and as someone that has personally picked up a fucking playbook and coached this game. Like, as someone, if anyone that has ever had kids, you've coached your kids, anyone that's had like little brothers, nieces, nephews, like, and you out there, you coach, like anyone that's coached high school, anyone that's coached, Division III college, anyone that's coached on a military fucking base, like, I don't give a fuck. All right. The game script is so easy. It is literally too fucking easy tonight for either team to not just pick each other apart. And I guarantee that there will be one fucking coach that's going to fuck this up tonight. And it will not be on both teams wearing orange. And it's not going to be the orange I'm thinking. I think it's going to be that team up there in Natty, Ohio. I love that the sport of football was invented in Ohio. So I love all of our Ohio fans.
Yeah, big up.
Big up to Ohio. Akron Pros.
I got it in Ohio.
But god damn. If you do not provide a good game tonight, yo, Fantasy Football Plug, I am proud that you're part of the Rumboyz.
Shout out to the plug. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm proud to be on the same squad as Plug and Plug.
If you look, this is the last week, right? This is the last week that I'm gonna be honest for all of your Browns. If majority of them do not pop off, if a couple of them pop off, we'll talk about those couple of members that did not coming up in a couple episodes. If this is the night that you should unload and you should experiment and see what the fuck. Because if it does not happen against this defense against Cincinnati, it is not going to happen this whole entire fucking season. And I promise you that Baker Mayfield will be a flop, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, who's shopping? Okay, what's more likely when you go back to that class? Who's shopping for a QB first, the Jets or the Browns?
The Browns.
Wow. All right, check this out.
You spent a fucking first-round pick.
First overall.
First overall. Look, here's the thing. The Jets are the goddamn Jets, Bogard. So the Jets, that Sam Darnold shit, they already know he's a shovel face. They already know they already know that Adam Gase is fucking breaking down the smelling salts of his desk like Scarface, and he's getting it. He's like, yeah,
he's just on.
Like, and Jameis Crowder, just go, just go. That's Adam Gase right now. This is different between these teams. Like I said, historically, this is where this sport of football was invented, my brother.
Yeah.
These two teams on a Thursday night on prime time need to go yard. J-Love is like, J-Love, I'm on air. You need to chill. You write me an article. He's like, push a trade through. Write me something, motherfucker. Yo, he did not just really hop in the comments like, push it through now.
That's what we do, though. Come on, I'm not mad at that.
I hate that. I'm doing a fucking job and I'm on a tangent. Do not interrupt my fucking take.
Hey, okay. How about this though, too? I'll make this one quick. So
now, while I go handle the trade,
well, we are fantasy analysts. We want all these pieces to go off. It's still a short week. We got to temper our expectations. I normally hammer. In reality, I normally hammer the under on these type of games. And so I'm tempering expectations. OBJ, though, I like him in this matchup. I like Jarvis Landry in the PPR aspect. I like Nick Chubb on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Pause. That doesn't sound right. On the other side of the ball, I expect, I think Joe Burrow will pass the ball significant amount of times higher than Baker Mayfield will tonight.
Trade process, J-Love. You little.
What league is this? I'm in hella leagues with y'all. Which one is this?
It's our league, nigga.
The office league?
Yeah.
I almost want to know this trade right now. Where's my phone? I'll check it out after.
All right. So who has a bigger game tonight? Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow.
Fantasy wise?
Either, both. This is our last question for tonight.
Reality wise, I think the Browns could take this one, so I'll give it to Baker.
If the Browns do not take this against a rookie quarterback.
Fantasy wise, though, I'm giving it to Joe Burrow. I expect him playing from behind and slinging a rock.
Bro, I'm gonna just say this.
And they have a pass catching running back.
As someone,
two of them.
As someone that has studied it, I come from a football family, bro.
He wrote the book on this shit.
No, I'm just being for I come from a football family. I
come from a football betting family.
Yeah, I get it.
Family.
That's some very Filipino shit of you.
Yeah.
I know I normally not say that on air, but I was like,
listen,
why
this
did
is
you
accurate. This is accurate though.
I know it.
Shout out to all my Filipinos.
Yo, dilly out there to the best coast.
Yeah.
Dilly West Coast. We out here. Hey, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fucking mix up one right now.
Yeah. Dilly.
Yo, check it though, for real, man. I wish everyone the best on their bets tonight. I
love that you came into this show. You were already
I was already turned.
Yeah, I love it. Cause I didn't get I'm not anywhere near where you're at, so I was just kind of letting you go on your rants. I love it.
You better be up in this for the play. Yeah, you get up in this for the play. Yo, this is gonna be for real. Like, once again, guys, like, from someone, if anyone that has ever put on a pair of pads, like, I'm not trying to make this a biased analysis or anything.
Do it.
But for anyone that has laced up your cleats, smelled that fresh cut grass, tonight's game, whether it's a defensive game or whether it's going to be a shootout, I have a feeling that tonight's Thursday night game is going to be for you. These are two teams that their defenses are very lackluster. There's a lot of room for them to go yard, go to the air.
Yeah, and it's a divisional matchup too, so there's always something in the air when it comes to divisional matchups. They want to kill each other.
This is the one game where even if you are however you're putting money down, I honestly believe that Westgate is scared as fuck tonight. Like, I honestly believe that somewhere in Vegas,
what's the smart money? Bengals covering? Is that the sharp money? Your opinion.
I think the Bengals cover, but I think the Browns by 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Browns to win by 3.
Specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Browns to win by 3. But I think what was it? It was a 6 point, a 9 point spread, 9 point spread.
6 points is what you told me.
Yeah, 6 points.
Check that again.
Yeah, let's
it might have been subject to
because I just saw my dial refresh.
To change right now. Yeah,
it's a 6 point spread. It is a 6 point spread.
All right.
So it went from 9 to 6 just now.
I think the Bengals can cover that. Even in a losing effort, I think they could lose by 3 or 1 or whatever it is. Just anything under 6.
I'm. You know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm going Browns by 3, and I take the Bengals to cover.
Yeah. Hey, and in some situations where you could parlay that, that's really sharp.
I know. Like, there's gonna be someone that watched this show earlier in the week. They were like, "But you said Browns by 13." I was like, "Bro, we changed from down to the minute, down to what? We're just like Westgate. We changed by the minute."
And like, you know, what is cool is you know, when you do lock in certain
KM says the Browns.
I'll take the Browns. If I'm just going money line, I'd probably take the Browns. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm not going money line. I'm going Cincinnati to cover that 6. And if the off chance
fuck the money line.
If they win, you know, they're not only are they covering, they win, and I wouldn't risk you know losing on the money line.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm not playing money line this game. Fuck that. Let's just go spreads and over unders. I'm not fucking with the money line.
I like the under too.
Yeah.
I just want. You want to before we close this up? You want to? Oh, you got to go soon here.
Yeah, I get suited and booted. I gotta get ready. So you know what's good, man.
No, I was gonna say, you know, if is there any MKF that you looked at for tonight's game? I haven't taken. I was gonna look at it as soon as I get off air. I didn't take a gander yet.
For Monkey Knife Fight, no, we do need to get into that really quick.
Yeah, just you know what I'm saying. Let's just go. Let's look at the QBs because we had an extensive conversation about these 2 QBs. Let's see.
We had an extensive conversation about everything, like picking apart these games. So like, if you haven't picked apart like what we said about tonight's games in regards to Monkey Knife Fight, monkeyknifefight.com, promo code Rumboyz in all caps. If you guys are playing tonight, this is the Monkey Knife Fight pregame show. Joe Burrow, 242.5 passing yards, more or less. Baker Mayfield, more or less, 240.5. Oh my God, these two are super close. This is one of those ones where you have to take either the under on both or the over on both because they are too close together here at the last few minutes. I'm taking the under.
I'm gonna take the under on Baker, 240. Under 242, you said? And I will take the over on Joe Burrow. I'm going to go with the narrative that
I wrote. It's too close.
I'm going to go with the narrative I wrote. I think he has 250 in him. I'm going to go with that.
So then if you believe that he has 250 in him, you have to believe the other side is going to have 250 in the other.
No, because I believe the other side is going to be able to establish the run legit. You know what I mean? Like,
so then it's not, but is it going to be a shootout or give it or not? I mean,
here's where it gets tricky is because with the narrative, the game script that I envision is that the Browns are going to be able to establish the run and own time of possession and then and score. So now on the other side of the ball, it's going to be them just slinging the rock. And even when they, the Bengals, and even with their running back, he can catch the ball. Even if it isn't Mixon, it's Gio Bernard. Both of them can catch the ball, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So
touchdown dance.
I'm taking the under on the less on 242 for Baker, and I'm taking the over or the more on 240. What was it for Mighty Joe Young?
Yeah. For Joe Burrow. Yeah, 242. Yeah.
Yeah. They gave him both the exact stat
line.
Yeah,
exact. It's the exact stat line.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's good for at least 250.
I'm taking the under on both.
Okay. Well, you know what's dope? You know what's dope is that when we proclaim these things, because listen, I hit last week.
Yeah, you hit. Yeah.
I hit last week on this exact prop, for Watson and Mahomes last week. So, and mind you, you know what I mean? If I'm wrong,
it's 3 times on the line right now for this week. So that's $300. If you deposit 50, we're going to match you with that 50. And then you can win $300.
Or I mean, it's just 3 times. If you
Yeah,
want to
it's three
fuck with it,
times.
$5 you get 15. If you want, or maybe not even. If you put $10 you get 30. But I'm plus whatever we match you guys. We can match you guys
Um,
all the way up to 50.
for touchdown dance, the 3 players available that are going to score, you must choose one player from at least 2 teams. I'm gonna go Joe Mixon for the Bengals. I'm gonna go Landry and Chubb for the
I like that.
Browns.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Burrow and Green, and then I'm gonna backpack you on Chubb because I pause. That just did not sound right.
No, backpack. No, that's perfectly fine, dude. No, you're good.
Yeah,
That
no,
didn't even
because
sound like a pause
Chubb
moment. That
Chubb
wasn't even a
also
pause.
means boner.
Okay, yeah, I
You know
get it. I get it.
what I mean? You know
Reception
what I'm saying?
challenge.
Pause.
Reception challenge must choose one player from at least 2 teams. For the reception challenge, you
It's
get to pick
Landry.
3.
Oh, but
I'm gonna
Landry's still
go.
hurt. Okay, go ahead. Go
I feel
ahead.
like Landry could still rock.
Okay, well, so reception challenges is who you just choose whoever has the most, right? You think?
Yeah, like who's gonna have the most receptions?
Is this one you just input, or did they give us the options?
Yeah. By the way, Jarvis Landry is healthy tonight, folks.
Yeah, he's in there.
I'm starting Jarvis Landry. I'm making that move right now. Go ahead, Bogart. Who do you have for
I'm
your 3? You must
I'm
pick one
gonna
from each of the teams.
reception one from each team. I'm man, I hate it because Tyler Boyd had a bad game last week, but I'm gonna chuck it up to playing against that Chargers secondary. I'm gonna give it to Tyler Boyd. I think he can have like 6, 7 receptions. You know what I mean? Because I feel they're gonna spread the ball around in general over there in Cincy, on the Cincy side. On the other side, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna just go. I'm going with Landry. I'm gonna go with Landry with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Landry as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put Landry
So
into one of my
just taking the
into
slot receivers. I hope I'm not
yeah.
wrong about Boyd, but
I'm gonna put Landry into my lineup over Ingram right now. I mean, just I don't trust that Houston defense. Like JJ Watt just unleashing. So I'm gonna move Landry into my flex right now. So well, I'll move Landry into a starting wide receiver position because I got the homie Emmanuel Sanders is gonna unleash anyway. So
on a Monday.
yeah, so I'll just keep by principle. Do
Hey, how
what we
come they
say.
ain't ruled out Michael Thomas yet? He just keeps saying doubtful. Everywhere I got him, I want to put him in the IR. I'm like, just
Bro,
rule him out
that's how
already.
that's how they gonna rock with that man. That's how they really gonna rock with that man for real, for real.
Yeah,
Other than that, my G,
I
um,
think I think we did it.
yeah, I think we did it. I think we
Yeah.
covered it.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
let them know where they can find you.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can find me, essentially 4 days a week live on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Also, you can find me at the GMM Network on both IG and Twitter. Also, subscribe to my channel on YouTube / the GMM Network. You know what I'm saying? You guys could hit the affiliate joint on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network page. You'll find my channel up in there. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. Also, stick around. Robbie's about to set up the new link, and he's gonna call this game, and that's entertainment on top of watching. If this game ain't entertaining, you will be entertained watching Robbie call this game.
Oh, because I'm gonna definitely bitch, moan, whine, and complain.
Hey, man,
um,
Admiral, man, always a pleasure, bro.
already. Hey, you already know what it is, man. Make sure you guys find me at Rumboy, spelled as ZNET on all social media. You know what it be. ROBBIE. That's where you can find me. At Rumboy, spelled with a ZNET. It's the king, baby. Yo, I'm on one. Like I'm really fucking on
I
one.
know you're in mid-season form right now.
Yeah, I'm in mid-season form right now. Like I'm like getting it. Like I'm like on my Grizzy right now. Tonight's gonna be a really good game. Make sure you guys hop in there for that play-by-play. I'm breaking down plays, defensive schemes, audibles, everything as it happens. Like it's gonna be crazy as fuck.
Hey, when it comes to play-by-play, he's the Black Tony Romo. You feel me?
This is facts. This is big facts. This is big facts.
Oh shit, that was funny.
Yo,
Because it's true though. It is true.
it is. It's mad true. Hey,
Go ahead, hit us off with a closing. Cheers, man.
yep, you already know what it is. Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum boys and girls. What to do if you're or if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what to do. Cheers. Play my outro.
Rah.
Ah!
Holy shit.